Hi guys, it's Charla from That Girl Cooks Healthy. So today I'm going to show you how to do this non-alcoholic way of soaking your fruit for black cake, fruit cake, Christmas cake, whatever you guys want to call it. It's a really easy recipe and let's get to it. So these are the ingredients that you are going to need. I'm using some mixed fruit, some currants, some cranberries, some prunes, and some black cherries. Some people like to use the bright colored red cherries, but I like to use the darker ones because they're not as sweet as the really bright red cherries. I'm also using some rum extract, so it's not the same as regular rum. This is pretty much just gives it that taste of rum without actually adding alcohol content. And I'm also using some red grape juice. Because this is a non-alcoholic version, you don't have to worry about soaking the fruit for weeks and months like you traditionally will. You can use this recipe straight away, or you can leave it to soak for up to 2 to 3 weeks if you want to instead. So the first thing that I'm going to do is add all of the fruit excluding the prunes to a large bowl. There's no particular order that I'm doing this in. I'm just adding all of them to the bowl and I'm just mixing them up just to make sure that they're all combined together. You can use whatever jar that you're using to store the soaked fruit in instead if you want to, but because I'm showing you guys how to make it, I'm deliberately adding it to a bowl first so you guys have a better understanding of what you need to do. So when you add all of the fruit, you just need to take a spoon and mix everything together. So the next thing I'm going to do is to puree the prunes. So I'm just going to add the prunes to my just a mini blender that I'm using. You can use a food processor or if you have a larger blender. And I'm also going to add just a small amount of the red grape juice, and the reason why I puree is I use it more of a starter, so this helps with the soaking process, or should I say to minimize having to soak it, because like I said you can use it straight away. So what I do is puree the prunes, and this just helps to give everything a bit more texture and add some thickness to when we are soaking the fruit. So as you can see, the fruit is nice and pureed, and we pretty much want it to be of a pureed consistency, so that's perfect for what we need it for. So the next thing I'm going to do is just add the fruit that I just blended into the jug with the remainder of the red grape juice, and I'm also going to add my rum extract as well. So I'm using a dark rum extract. You can use any type of rum extract, but I'm using a dark one, and it's going to give it somewhat of a taste of how the traditional soaked fruit would taste. So I'm just going to do that and then just stir it together. So the next thing I'm going to do is just spoon all of the dried fruit into my mason jar. So you want something that is quite large because we're making a large quantity of soaked fruit. So I'm using a large mason jar. I cannot remember the size of it because I bought it a while ago, but it's quite big. So make sure you're using something big in order to house the soaked fruit. Alternatively, you can use multiple jars, just as long as you have enough for the fruit that we're going to be soaking. So the only thing we need to do now is to pour that liquid into the jar. Make sure you give it a quick stir before you start pouring it into the jar. And you see, that's how easy it is to prepare your fruit for your black cake, your Christmas cake, whatever reason you need to use it. You don't have to soak it for weeks or months because it's a non-alcoholic version and you can pretty much use it straight away. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.